Okay, everybody, what is going on? Hello. Welcome, everyone, to my first of 2 gameplay streams for the day, and welcome back, because yesterday was my day off for the week. So what is going on, everyone? I hope you're doing well, and I welcome you to a full day of gameplay streaming today, which is Thursday, February 21st, 2019. Okay? So, welcome, everyone. Hopefully you guys had a good day away from the streams, and hopefully you are excited for all the new gameplay and fun that's going to be coming in the next several days. Allow me to go through that and explain to everyone how that's going to happen, so that you know exactly what to expect on each day's streams. Fair enough? So today, my first gameplay stream is going to be more Jump Force. For those who were here last time, earlier this week for Jump Force, you saw we actually made some major story progression. It seems that, you know, the powers that be behind the scenes of this plot line may have had a few setbacks due to the Jump Force's interactions with them and intervention. However, we had a big twist in the plot where Light Yagami, who is the main character of Death Note, has now turned sides and apparently is going to start working with the villains now, which is kind of an interesting twist. We'll have to see how that goes. Outside of that, I feel that the plot is pretty interesting, and actually seeing all the animations of the attacks, especially like the superpowered finishers of all the characters, is very fun. But in general, the combat engine leaves a lot to be desired, and of course, as we know, the animations during the cutscenes aren't very good, and the loading times are abysmally bad. Now, from what I'm to understand, okay, apparently this game had an update overnight, and apparently the loading times have been improved. At least that's what I read on Twitter. I read overnight there was a post. They said, okay, we're now launching, you know, an update file that's going to fix all this stuff, but it's going to be slower for those on Xbox One X or Xbox One in general, but everyone else is getting the patch right now. So supposedly, what we're going to see is hopefully everything will actually be better today. Maybe it won't be. I don't know. But supposedly this patch was supposed to improve stuff, and I guess we're going to see firsthand today. Okay. In general, I am actually liking the plot of the game, and that's why I'm continuing with it, despite the fact that I think the gameplay is kind of meh. I am enjoying the plot, and I want to see where it goes. Okay. And we're already in we're either in chapter 5 or chapter 6, I forget, and the game has 9 chapters. So after today, more than likely, we'll be near the end of the game. We'll probably be in like chapter 7 or 8, you know what I mean? We'll be near the end of the plot line where we can finally just stick a fork in it, right? So it makes sense to keep going for, a few more sessions here till we wrap it up. Tonight, I'm returning to Minecraft for the first time in a while. Haven't played this, I believe, in like a week and a half to 2 weeks now. What will I be doing in Minecraft? Honestly, I don't know. The things that are remaining for me to beat Minecraft, even though technically there's no ending to it, would be for me to somehow prepare myself to go back to the Nether, to gather the resources I need in the Nether in order to, you know, get into the endgame stuff. Or, on the flip side of that, to find a way to go underwater and breathe underwater so I could search underwater temples, which supposedly have a lot of things in them. So I don't know how I want to do that. Now, in addition, last time that I played Minecraft, which again was 2 weeks ago, I built this really awesome water feature, this big fountain that looks pretty good. Now, I wasn't done decorating it. I wanted to put some like flowers and foliage around it. So maybe I'll just mess around with that a little bit tonight. But in reality, it's going to be more of an opportunity to have a really chill stream with you guys, because recently, if you guys haven't noticed, haven't had that much of an opportunity for that. Because a lot of the games I've been playing, like the new releases or whatever, you know, they demand a lot of attention. Okay, they do. They demand a lot of attention. And it's hard for me to interact with you guys when I'm playing Apex Legends and I have to interact with my squad. Or when I'm playing Dark Souls and at any moment I could die. You see what I mean? You know, Metro Exodus, again, brand new release, I kind of really have to pay a lot of attention to. So it's going to be good to have just a nice chill stream tonight, I feel. Then tomorrow, we're returning back to Metro Exodus, speaking of which. Another 4 hours. And at this point, we just finished an open world segment. So I think what we're going to probably do is have a narrative-based segment and then a linear part. And then head maybe to another open world segment. I don't know. I don't know how much is left in the game. Last time I played Metro, I was told I'm more than halfway through it. But what does that mean? Does that mean there's another 3 hours? Does that mean there's another 8 hours? Who knows, right? So I guess we'll see tomorrow. Okay. And then tomorrow night, Friday night, I'm going to be doing some more Black Ops 4 Blackout Battle Royale gameplay. That should be fun because I always love playing that. And supposedly, there's going to be a big patch for Black Ops 4 to change some stuff. I don't know what. I don't know if it even went into effect this week or not. But I guess we'll see when I play tomorrow night. Okay. Then on Saturday, I am going to be doing even more Metro Exodus in an attempt to see how far I can get, maybe even wrap it up. And then Saturday night, I am going to do Jump Force as the late night stream. Reason being, I am, making a push to try to finish up the story of Jump Force. And if I can, great. I think that would be awesome if I could wrap it up. I don't know how much is left, but I'm going to try, on Saturday night to see how far I can get. Then on Sunday, it will be my weekly Apex Legends, stream where I'll be co-oping with Brian and Kekken. And I'll confirm that, obviously, because last time I talked to them a couple days ago, we were all good to go. I just want to make sure nothing changed. So that'll be our weekly co-op stream. Since people seem to like that, that'll be Sunday. And then Sunday night, more Jump Force in an attempt to finish that. Maybe I'll even beat it Sunday night, which would be great. Monday is my next day off, and I know you might be saying, wow, that's pretty close. Yeah, I was in a situation where either I had to take Monday or Friday off this week due to scheduling with Cat's job. And based off of that, I took basically public opinion last stream, which was Tuesday, asking what should I do, and most people said take Monday off because taking Friday off sucks. Weekends are the best time to watch streamers, and a lot of people can only be here on weekends, while Monday a lot of the time people can't, and it makes more sense to have a Monday off than a Friday off in that regard. So okay, so Monday will be my next day off. All right. Then when I return on Tuesday, what I play is going to greatly depend on how far I got in the main new releases. Like if I did really well and I wrapped up Jump Force and we're near the end of Metro, maybe I'll consider playing a new game. There's this game called Left Alive coming out this week that I did a little bit of research into it a month or two ago, and it looked interesting to me. I haven't really had a chance to follow up on it to see if it's worth playing, but maybe I'll check that out this week. If I finish up with the other new releases and I'm not stuck in the middle of all of them. Okay. Also this week, I'll be trying to wrap up Metro Exodus, obviously. Later on in the week, next week, is the release of Toe Jam and Earl, a modernized take, I guess, on the classic, which I'm interested in checking out as well. Plus, I'll be doing more Dark Souls Remastered, and, of course, all the chill streaming games are going to return, including Subnautica, including, probably more Black Ops 4 Blackout, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so that's what kind of stuff you guys can expect in the next week. However, in that regard, sadly, I have some bad news about next week. I have to take some night streams off, which I don't want to do. At least I'll have to take one, if not more. Reason being, I need to get my taxes done. My tax information needs to be submitted to my tax attorneys by the end of this month. And I just realized yesterday, I was like, oh my God, it's almost the end of February. I haven't done any of this. Like, shit. This is bad. Like, I should have thought about this and planned it out earlier. Not that I forgot, but I think February just kind of got out of hand. Like it got away from me. You know what I mean? Like, I lost track of the timing of everything. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta fucking get this stuff done, because if I don't get it done, then it could take even longer to get the taxes done and everything. So, yeah, I need to get that information done by the end of the month and submit it to my tax attorney, which means I need to take at least one, if not 2 nights the coming week off from streaming in order to work on that stuff. Okay? What sucks is I would have done it earlier, but I still have not received 2 tax documents. One, of all places, one from YouTube. They're so lazy, they didn't even send me the document. The other one is from Curse, who I was still partnered with through at least half of last year. So they should have sent me a document, and they didn't, which sucks. So what that means is I'm going to have to manually calculate stuff, this information based on, payment histories and the like, which is a pain in the ass. Not only that, but the biggest thing for me, being self-employed, is having to calculate all of my business expenses, of which there's a ton every single year. Every little thing that contributes to the business, including the cost of every single game that I buy, every microtransaction that has to do with a game, like PSN cost, Xbox Live cost of electricity, cost of internet, health insurance cost is covered. Like, there's so much stuff that's involved when you run your own business. And this is all stuff that needs to be accounted for. Accounted for and taken care of. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work because I have to document a lot of this stuff. I have to make a detailed spreadsheet and everything. And it takes hours and hours to do, which is why, sadly, I have to take time off from streaming this coming week. I don't want to. I enjoy streaming. I'd much rather be here hanging out with you guys, having fun with games, but instead I got to take away to do these freaking taxes, which sucks, okay? So that's coming up this week. I will let you guys know. More than likely, it's going to be probably Tuesday and Wednesday night are the days I'm looking at next week that I'm going to have to do this. So I'll let you know when it's set in stone, but that's what it's kind of looking like. Since I'm only going to be doing one stream both of those days, that means I really have to determine, what do I want to do? Do I want to start Left Alive, this new game? Do I want to just focus in on Metro Exodus if I'm not done with it yet? You see what I mean? We have to see in the next 4 days that I'm going to be doing double streams, how far do I get in all the new releases and everything to determine what I'm going to be doing next week. All right, fair enough. All right, that's good stuff, right? Outside of all that, there's not really much else to talk about at this point. So I think what I will do is I will get started with plugs and all of that. But there's a couple things to keep in mind, guys. First of all, we did hit the sub goal for this month, which is great. Thanks to anyone who did subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that. Subs dropped significantly on the day that I had off. As you can see, we were up to 525, and now we're down to like 507. If you subscribe to the channel, you get many benefits, including access to over 35 emotes, access to the Chat Crown badge that shows how long you've been a supporter, as well as not having to watch ads. So consider subbing. It's cool benefits for you. Obviously helps out the channel. All right. The other thing is that next month, I am planning on doing some kind of a marathon-style event in order to help out with everything going on with finances and taxes and the like. And I'm curious to hear what is your input on what is the kind of event you would like to see. Would you like to maybe see you do a marathon of a certain game and try to beat it within, say, 12 to 16 hours? Would you like to see me do a series of games, like maybe a marathoning platform games, like Donkey Kong Country or the Sonic the Hedgehog series, something like that? Would you like to see me do a lengthy playthrough of a game like Mass Effect 2, Renegade Femchat, in a marathon-style setting? What is it that you guys would like to see if I did a marathon, which I've never done before, in order to help, raise funds for my upcoming situation? What would it be that would bring people in and would get people excited? I need your feedback. I've already gotten some feedback. It's been very significant and good. Thank you. Please continue sending me your feedback, whether you email me at darksidefil@hotmail.com, whether you tweet me at @theycallmeDSP on Twitter. You could try posting up in stream chat, but I may not have an opportunity to actually read all those. As you know, I miss a lot of stuff in chat. I do my best, but what can you do, right? So please consider it. All right, everyone, please consider what you'd like to see and let me know. Your feedback is crucial to making sure that, I do things that entertain you, right? All right, guys, let's do some quick plugs, and then we're going to jump into shout-outs, and then we're going to get started with Jump Force. Fair enough? All right, so, my friends, thanks very much. If you would like to contribute and aid my efforts to continue doing this full-time, I've been doing it for over 10 years. I absolutely love it. I became a full-time streamer in 2017. I wouldn't change anything about my job for the world. I love doing this. I love interacting with you guys on a daily basis. I also love the fact that I still have a large group of people who follow me on YouTube, despite the fact that I don't really focus on YouTube anymore. It's pretty cool. And I love this. I love doing it for a living. So if you'd like to contribute, there's many different ways that you can. Let's talk about those. First of all, you can check out my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidefil, where your monthly pledges allow you to earn personal perks as a way of saying thank you for your contributions. For example, a $5 pledge gives you premium forum access, which then allows you to nominate and vote on things for events. This month, people who are $5 patrons will be nominating their favorite moments of my 10-year legacy in order to contribute to next month's retrospective event that we're going to be doing, all right, as a result of hitting the sub goal. Pretty cool. Or you can get your questions answered on my bi-monthly show, Ask the King, for guaranteed. You'll get a big, lengthy answer to your questions, and that show is coming up next month in March, so hint, hint. Good opportunity to pledge now and get in on that. Or you can even get a private Q&A video made. All right, great stuff. And, excuse me, a big burp. Great stuff, and, it's a great way for me to give back to those who contribute and help me out. So take a look, patreon.com/darksidefil. You can also check out my merchandise shop on Teespring, where I sell all kinds of stuff, notably t-shirts, but other stuff as well. Great designs. Anything you buy helps me out, so give it a look. And, of course, if you're here live on the stream today, the best way to really jump in and get interaction with me would be to contribute via cheering, subbing, or tipping. If you do any of those things, I'm going to give you a verbal shout-out during today's stream. In particular with Jump Force, because the loading has been so long and excessive, there's been more opportunity for me to interact with you guys during the dead loading times. So unless they really fix this significantly with the patch, I think we're going to have a lot of time to interact. Just saying, throwing that out there. As you see, we have a stream stats leaderboard. If you cheer, sub, or tip, I'm going to be updating it appropriately. If you're the top cheerer or top tipper, you'll get up there and get extra, what is it? Recognition is the word I'm looking for. Extra recognition for your contributions. All right. Outside of that, some people have been asking recently, what's the best way to contribute? Everything's good. No matter how you contribute, whether it's Patreon, whether it's Teespring, whether it's cheering, subbing, tipping, everything's great. And, you know, no preference right now. It'll be that way basically through the end of this month. It'll actually be March when, if you really want to help me out the most, that we'll have to change that up. But for now, everything's great. Please consider it. You know, as you see, guys, we had the cheering leaderboard reset overnight on Sunday. On Monday and Tuesday, we had an okay amount of cheers. Yesterday, I wasn't here. So, still pretty much a prime opportunity for those who are actually looking for recognition. You know, the top cheering amounts this week are pretty low. I mean, 200 bits is pretty low. So, just saying, it's up there. If that's your chance to get on the leaderboard for the first time, maybe a good opportunity. All right. All right, that's it for plugs. Not going to go crazy on that. I think we should get to shout-outs now. First of all, a lot of people contributed during my break. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, I guess I should have hit refresh, which I didn't. I'm going to go ahead and give those people credit for their contributions right now. So thank you to everyone here who contributed during my break. We'll start off with Genetic Gamer, who says it looks like the patron $1 level disappeared and there's no way to do it that way. That's not true at all. What happened is, as I've already explained to you guys, sadly this year I have to cut back on a lot of things money-wise. One of the things I had to cut back on was having expensive video editing software. So I didn't renew my subscription to Adobe Premiere Pro, which costs hundreds of dollars. And I basically just don't do video editing anymore. Well, sadly, that means I can't do the patron crawl anymore. By the way, the patron crawl used to be featured in the weekend preview, which was discontinued. See what I mean? So I can't continue to have a goal on Patreon that I can't fulfill. That would be completely dishonest of me. So I did away with the $1 goal. That doesn't mean you can't pledge $1 to my Patreon. You absolutely can. All that means is there's no goal level for the dollar. And by the way, no one really cared about the patron crawl at this point anyway. The massive feedback I got about it was there's no reason to do it. People aren't pledging $1 to get their name in a crawl. You know what I mean? They're pledging $1 to help. People who are pledging the $5 level, yeah, they're probably doing it because they want to get some input, some actual input into my events, which is, you know, they get to nominate and vote on stuff on my forums for events and stuff. That's different. But people just tossing $1 into Patreon are just trying to help, you know. So I listened to the feedback. I said, you guys are right. I shouldn't be promising something I can't really, you know, fulfill anymore. I removed the $1 goal. But you could still pledge $1 to my Patreon. It's not, you can't only pledge the goal levels. The goal levels are an idea of what you can pledge if you want to earn a reward, but that's not all you can pledge. You can pledge as little as you want, okay? So there you go. All right, shout out to Why'd You Bite Mommy, who subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Why'd You Bite Mommy, for the sub. Genetic Gamer cheered again. Says, I'm thinking about getting a tattoo. Do you have any tattoos? What are your opinion on people who have them? I don't have any. I don't have any really negative feelings about people who have tattoos, but I mean, personally, I'm not attracted to like crazy amounts of tattoos, like bodies that are entirely covered by tattoos and stuff like that. Ugh, that isn't very attractive to me. Okay. But no, I don't have a tattoo. When I was younger, I thought about maybe getting a tattoo, but I did not. And I'm never going to at this point. I have no desire to, so. Okay. Shout out to Aussie Steve, who cheers it. Have you ever thought about banning the word pig from your chat? It seems a lot of people are trying to use it to insult you, even though it's just immature. No, I would never do that. That's ridiculous. Like, it's one thing if there's a very uncommon word that's used to basically come in and insult me constantly or bring up a personal issue that's no one's business, right? If someone comes in here and says the word gout, guess what? That's a word that no one needs to use in casual conversation. It has nothing to do with anything. I don't even suffer from it anymore. I haven't in over 2 years. I haven't had any issues with it. Actually, now I take it back 3 years because it was 2016 was the last time. So you're talking something that doesn't affect me at all anymore. People only bring it up to insult me. That's the only reason. So that word will be banned from the chat because we don't want assholes coming in here and spamming it and being dicks, right? But no, a common word like pig, no, I'm not going to be banning common words. That's ridiculous, okay? So anyway, no, that's going too far in my opinion. Infinite55 did 147-bit cheer. Thank you, Infinite. Xbox One is garbage tipped me $1 and said, I'm glad Twitch is working out for you because some asshole just caused major advertisers to pull out of YouTube like Nestle, Disney, and Epic Games, just a few. I don't know the full story about this. I don't. I only know what I've seen briefly on social media and what I've heard first, hearsay from a few people. A lot of people were talking about it yesterday during my day off. Apparently, some YouTuber claimed to have exposed some kind of a pedophilia ring on YouTube based on YouTube comments. Don't ask me how the hell that works. I don't know. I haven't done any research into it, and I'm not going to comment on it because I have nothing to do with it. But apparently this guy made this video, and the video went viral and got a ton of views on YouTube. And advertisers got wind of it and said, again, YouTube is promising us that they have these systems in place to prevent advertisements from showing up on videos that have to do with terrible things. And now we're finding out that our ads are showing up on videos that have pedophilia rings associated with them. And apparently they all pulled their advertisements. Okay? But I'm just kind of scratching my head like I can't comment on it because number one, I don't know anything about the actual situation. Was it true or false? Was it fabricated? Was it over exaggerated? I have no idea. I don't see how YouTube comments could even be that. You know what I mean? Like, for me, my YouTube comments have been off since 2017 for a reason. They're nothing but a filthy fucking cesspool, and they're not manageable, and they're definitely not moddable. So there's no reason for me to even care about that kind of stuff on my own content. In addition, I'll be very honest with all of you. I don't think I've been getting good ads on my videos anyway. This year so far, the first 2 months of 2019 have been my worst months ever on YouTube. Ad revenue is completely down 100%, like terribly bad. And at this point, I'm not even kidding. I don't even know what's going to happen the rest of this year when it just comes to me paying my bills. Because YouTube revenue is about half of what it used to be. And this is terrible. Like, that's how bad it already was. And when I go back and I'll say, oh, I need to edit a video or whatever, and I click on it, and sometimes an ad will play, so I'll get to see what kind of ads my videos are getting or whatever. I'm not getting any big ads. I don't think I've seen a single ad from Disney or anything like this in a long time. I don't think that YouTube is giving DSPGaming the high bill ads. You know what I mean? I think that YouTube is basically giving that to the top guys, and now the top guys look like they may be super negatively affected. You know what I mean? Like, for me, it's like YouTube already has tanked so badly that I don't even know. Being very frank, I don't know if this will negatively affect me at all. That's just my personal take. Obviously, if this is a situation where, content creators who are working hard to put out content and make a living doing YouTube as a living, and now they can't do it anymore because YouTube lost advertisements, obviously this is a horrendous situation, and I think it's awful. But the thing is, I cannot comment. I don't know the truth of the situation. I don't know if this whole story was real or fabricated or over-exaggerated or not. I don't even know to the extent that it's true if these advertisers really did pull out to the extent people are talking. I have no idea. All right. So I just kind of shrug and say, oh, well, it is what it is, I guess. I don't think that YouTube... Typically, the way YouTube works, the first 2 months of the year are the worst for ad revenue. And then around March, April, things pick up a little bit. And then actually it's just around May, June, E3 time, things actually get really good advertisement-wise. And then usually over the summer, it's okay. And then, of course, during the fall, it's supposed to be the best season. For me, the fall was just okay. And then it really tanked these last 2 months. And I don't even know if I'm going to ever see an increase, which means either I need to see an increase in Twitch or I'm screwed and I can't pay my bills. To the point where I'm going to have to start doing stuff, drastic measures behind the scenes and shit. So, for me, it's like, YouTube already tanked. So, I don't even know how this could possibly even negatively affect me even more. You know what I mean? I don't know. But it's a shitty situation if it's true. I don't know if it is. Why'd you bite mommy? Cheered again and said, can you dabble in more cooperative games? I think a lot of people would like to see you mix your community more often. If you're too worried about trolls, more streams with Brian is fine too. The thing is, most of the cooperative games out there I'm not interested in. We've got Apex coming out tomorrow. I could give two shits about it. We got the Division 2 coming out next month. I don't care about it. Those games suck. Those games are boring grind fests. If there was a cooperative game where there was actually ample opportunity to co-op and have fun because it's co-op and it's a good game, that's different. But these games aren't. They're just boring, repetitive grind fest. Not my style of game. Not the kind of content that's entertaining in my opinion. Sure, if there's a group of friends and they're playing together and they're just using it more as a social hangout than an actual gameplay experience, maybe those games are great for them, but not for me. So I understand what you're saying. At the same time, if there's going to be more co-op opportunities, there actually have to be more games worth playing that are co-op. And right now, I feel there aren't. Most of the games that are co-op focused are money grabs with little to no innovation nor effort put into them to put out a game worth playing. It's just grind, 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 grind. And that's not what gaming is about, in my opinion. Okay? So there you go. Now we move on. We move on to people who contributed. Boy, I can't speak. Let's try this again. We move on to people who contributed to today's stream when we went live. Because all that was for actually people who contributed yesterday during my day off. Now we move on to people who contributed today. So Genetic Gamer cheered and said, shout out to the best mod swaggin. There you go. Very nice. Actually, let me see here because he may be the top cheer of the day. Nope, he is not. Okay. I'm not going to update the leaderboard because we actually have someone, we actually have someone who did a large cheer. Milkshake and Fries cheered and said, why the crazy follower mode? Well, we had to put a crazy follower mode on yesterday because apparently people were coming in here with bots spamming racist stuff in the stream chat. And obviously, number one, if people are just casually coming in to check out my channel for the first time and they see that, that's going to be off-putting. Number two, from my experience, if you allow that kind of crap to happen in your stream chat, you can be liable for it with Twitch, discipline and everything. You can't have that stuff. So we had to put it into a follower mode that would not allow newcomer bots just created to come in and spam the shit out of the channel. Once I saw your cheer, I went in there and I fixed it. All right, so it is. Not right now, it's more reasonable. So there you go. An anonymous gifter gifted us up to Bindo Heast. Thank you for your support. Steely Sam tipped me $1. So what changes are you going to make to the stream after all the feedback from your tweet? The bottom line is, I got a ridiculous amount of feedback. In particular, the things that I saw most commonly is that people don't like it when I play a game like Black Ops 4 multiplayer and I'm just raging constantly anymore. Like at one point, I guess in my history, that was something people enjoyed. People are basically telling me they don't like it anymore. And it's funny because when I play Black Ops 4 multiplayer, I think it's a mix. Because if I get a good match where I got a kill streak going and I'm just beasting, people love it. But then on the flip side of that, if I get a match where the connection's bad and I feel that I should have gotten the kill or gotten the drop on someone and it didn't work out, or people are jumping around like fucking kangaroos, which is hilariously bad for an FPS, but yet it works in this game. And, then I rage. People are basically saying they don't like that anymore. That's a gimmick that died out. They want to see a more realistic, more chill, Phil enjoying games rather than raging constantly. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because that's exactly what I was saying the other day on stream when some people were like, oh, Phil, you skipped too many games. All these games you used to play that were bad games, you skipped them now. Like, for example, you're not playing Crackdown 3, and you're not playing Far Cry New Dawn, and you're not playing yada, 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 insert generic game here or there. And that means that you can't make fun and rage at the games anymore. And I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, I've changed as a streamer. I got to pick and choose the games that I think are going to make good, entertaining, or chill streams because I'm not looking to just be the rage master. You know what I mean? Like, even though people on YouTube would love to say that's all I do, it's not. It's far from it. If you look at the vast majority of my content that I put out these days, actually, maybe once a week do I even have a stream like that, right? For the most part, most of my stuff's a lot more relaxed, chill, and positive these days. So it's funny, I was just saying this the other day on stream, and I was getting some opposition from a few people in the stream. Now all of a sudden, it seems like that was one of the common themes that people were telling me was, that's something that I should change positively. So, fair enough. Of course, there's common things that you knew to expect. Don't ever talk about money, Phil. Okay, so I won't ever talk about money. And then no one will ever contribute, and that's the end of me, and I'm gone. You know, I can't even pay for nothing. You know, that's just stupidity, and it's ignorance is what it is. It's not reality. Now, taking that feedback and saying, okay, talk about it less, that's constructive. And so you guys are right. That's why today I'm not going to go on a giant, crazy long tangent about stuff. You know, I mentioned the things I wanted to mention in my plugs. I'm done with it. And I'm not going to harp on, you know, stupid things like finances behind the scenes and shit like that. All right? So, you know, I'm trying to learn. You know, keep on, what the fuck just happened? Did you see that? I was updating the leaderboard and it like shrunk and what the hell? I've never seen that before. Anyway, you know, then there's many other things. Trust me, I could sit here for 45 minutes and tell you all the things that I got as feedback. I'm not going to go through them all, but I'm taking them to heart. I am. And I'm going to see what I can do. All right. All right. Hodor Targ just cheered and said exactly the same thing as Steely Sam. So thanks. And I'm not going to bother responding because I just did. You asked the exact same question. Milk, Shake, and Fries cheers. So for the marathon, just surprise us. Do something you haven't done before. Play whatever you actually want to play and have fun with it. I believe this is actually a suggestion on Twitter. Yeah, one of the suggestions on Twitter is, rather than worrying about what's going to cause rage, what's going to be a gimmick, just pick something I know that I'm going to really enjoy and make that my first marathon. Because ultimately, coming to a marathon where you see me enjoying myself, having fun, and sharing that experience with others in a positive way is going to garner more positive feelings and attention than, oh, Phil's purposely, you know, playing something that's annoying to piss himself off. You know, that is a gimmick that lasts a few minutes and then it dies out. I hear you. That's actually, it's a good suggestion, but the question actually for me is, you know, what would that be? And the answer is, I have no idea at all. And I don't really know. I have to think about it. Like, what would be the thing I could do for a marathon that I would enjoy doing for, let's say just for, I'm gonna stream for 12 straight hours. I'm gonna start around 10 in the morning and I'm gonna finish at 10 at night. And if that was my marathon, which I've never done that before, I've never streamed that long, what would be the game that would actually, you know, be fun? Let's say in that time period, probably at least 10 solid hours of gameplay, because you know I'm going to take breaks, I'm going to have snacks and things in between. I have to walk around, you know. You can't just sit there for 12 hours straight. It's horrible for you. I get fucked up and sick. But, you know, out of that time, what would be the game? I have to think about it. You know, what would it be? I don't know. See, the thing is, there's things that I know are fun for a while, but I doubt that they would be fun the entire time. Like, maybe I could do a variety of stuff. Instead of just one thing, maybe I could do... People have been asking me to go back to games like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike for a while. Maybe do an hour segment where I try to play people in Third Strike. And then maybe do an hour segment where I do fun battle royal and I have interactions with you guys. And then maybe switch it up to something else. See what I mean? Like, pick things that I know are fun. Not to say that it's going to be every chill game or whatever, but maybe how a variety of stuff that's good. I don't know. Like, I have a bunch of ideas. I'm actually strongly considering Mass Effect 2 because I've wanted to replay that game for years, and I still haven't done it. And I know it's the best game in the Mass Effect series. It's a harken back to when BioWare was actually really good. And it's a shame that I never went back to ever play it again. So that could be something where I could do a big chunk of Mass Effect 2. I don't know. I'm really seriously like balancing stuff in my head. All right. What's hilarious is someone literally did not understand a word I just said. Spicy May just said, but RuneScape, League of Legends, and games no one would expect you to play. Did you not hear a word that I just said? I said games that I know I could play that I would enjoy myself and have a positive reaction. You literally picked a bunch of games I've never played that more than likely I would have to have a learning curve to even figure out. It's the complete opposite of the effect I want. That's not what I would want to do. I would not want to be doing random shit that already has a giant learning curve I know nothing about. That would not work. Okay? Okay. But anyway, again, good input. Appreciate it. And let's see. I'm still thinking about, you know, what I want to do. I'm going to have an answer for you shortly. Okay? Fair enough? All right. Shout out to Jussie Smollett, who tipped me $1 and made a joke about the whole thing that's currently in the media about apparently this actor on Empire faked a whole hate crime against himself to get media attention and hopefully get a pay raise. Yeah, I didn't make that up. I just read about it actually this morning on social media. I was like, wow. I really don't have much to say about it. I don't think I have any kind of a perspective that I could give you any kind of a valid perspective except What a world we live in. But anyway, thank you for the dollar tip. That gets me up to, what, $3? No, $2 in tips so far. Well, someone named IRS on Your Mind did a 1002-bit cheer. Now, normally, this wouldn't bother me because I really don't care. Obviously, it's someone who's just being silly. But one of the major pieces of feedback that I got was that people don't want to constantly hear about taxes during a stream. They don't want to hear about finances shoved down their throat. Therefore, I couldn't put IRS on Your Mind as a name on my leaderboard because that's exactly what that would do. Therefore, what I'm going to do is abbreviate the name. Here we go. As IOYM. There you go. It's a 1002-bit cheer. It is appreciated. Whoever that was, I don't take offense. I know you're probably just joking with the name, but I have to directly go based off of the feedback that I got on Twitter. Or else that would be pretty dumb of me to ask for feedback and then immediately the day back from break, wow, I put it in the wrong spot, by the way. Oops, I got to fix that. But it would be pretty dumb of me to ask for feedback, take it, and then immediately ignore it and piss everyone off. So, let's put this in the right place, first of all. Thank you for the cheer. Sadly, the timing for that kind of joke is just bad timing. I don't know what else to say. So, wait a minute. So, who was the top tipper? Because I deleted it by accident. It was Steely Sam. Okay, let me get that up there. It was 50 bits. That was the first cheer was 50 bits, right? Okay. All right, let's continue on. Ensure for Dessert. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Ensure for the Dessert, for the sub. I appreciate that. What we'll do is we'll check sub count right when we get to the end of the shout-outs here. Genetic Gamer Cheers said YouTube never regulates their site. They ruin your YouTube channel. Now more ads are gone. YouTube is the past. Streaming is the future. You're absolutely right. The reality, Genetic Gamer, is that YouTube had a formula that worked before people wised up to the fact that YouTube's completely automated and ads on YouTube are ineffective. I've been talking about this for 3 years now, by the way. Anyone with a brain can tell you that ads on YouTube are completely ineffective. They target the wrong audience, and they don't make any extra money for these companies. They just don't. The future for content creators like myself is crowdfunding. Putting on content that is good enough that you feel that you want to contribute monetarily to keep it going, right? And you guys, I've already mentioned all the ways you can contribute to my content. That's the future of content creation. It's not, run third-party advertisements and make money on them anymore. It's gone. That's done. And that was an era that was very profitable at one point. YouTube single-handedly destroyed that effort by being automated and lazy. So, it is what it is. Real Talk Play Apex Charity says, when I watch your YouTube videos, I see ads for this app called Mafia City. It's a Japanese-made ad, and that's awful. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. Like I said, I don't watch YouTube videos, so frequently I don't see ads. Every once in a while, I need to actually check my videos to make sure they're getting ads, because sometimes they don't. That's another error that I get on YouTube. I'll put up, a video, I'll monetize this video, and then I come back the next day and I check there's no ads on it, and I have to manually place ads on it, which is a pain in the ass. But most of the ads that I see on my videos these days are just banner ads, the ones that pay like nothing. They're shitty. And every once in a while, a video ad for like Grammarly.com or something. I haven't seen like a good ad, like, for a movie and shit like that. I haven't seen that in months. So, take that as you will. Let's see here. Milkshake and Fries cheered again. It says, maybe it'll be a good thing if ads go away completely on YouTube for you. It's less money, but it'll be one less thing to worry about and a reason to put more focus on Twitch and how to improve. In the end, cutting YouTube off will make you more hungry. No, what'll happen is cutting YouTube off will ruin me financially. In which case, I can't pay my bills, my credit's ruined, and that's not good. So, no, that would not be good. Like I said, if I can continue to build my Twitch, and if I can make more money doing Twitch exclusively, which is what I'm trying to do on a monthly basis, then it's okay if I don't have to worry about YouTube. My problem right now is I'm still reliant on the YouTube income. As little as it's become, I'm still reliant on that income to come in every month. I need to see growth on Twitch in a big way in order to account for the fact that I'm not making any money on YouTube. And sadly, this year hasn't happened. I'm hoping that we are going to see growth. The problem right now is the games suck. Like, we had one good game so far this year, Resident Evil 2. Every other game's been a dud, pretty much. I'd say Metro Exodus is good, but the Metro games never really get mainstream hype, you know what I mean? And what's the next big game? Devil May Cry 5? What's the next big game after that? Sekiro? What's the next big game after that? Mortal Kombat 11. And what's the next big game after that? Rage 2. That's one a month. I'm not even kidding. That's like one game a month. That's not good. You see what I mean? We get so many new games, and half of them are just so underwhelming. It's hard to have growth. I have a very dedicated fan base of people who stick around and watch no matter what I play, and that's good. That allows me to stay afloat, but I need growth, and you can't have growth if the games suck. You know, you can't. So, all right, let's continue. Genetic Gamer cheered. He said, would you consider doing short 1-hour IRL streams on your day off? No. BWT cheered. He said, if possible, would you play every few months with subscribers to give us more of a chance to interact with you? BWT, that goes directly along with what I already said. There need to be good games. There actually need to be good games to co-op with subscribers. There aren't. Just being very frank with all of you. There haven't been any games that are good enough to do co-op in. Apex Legends is the first one in a long time that I've even considered, and I have. If you guys haven't checked it out, yes, I did co-op with Brian and Kekken, but also Mojo SD, as well as Orcs or Dorks, are two people who are viewers who joined in with me the last couple of weeks as I played Apex Legends when they had an opportunity to have a newcomer come in and, you know, do a session with us. So I am doing that, but there's just not a lot of opportunity for good co-op. There's nothing out there. I'm not going to play a grind-fest game for $60 just for the sake of co-op with viewers. That's dumb, especially when putting out the streams suck. No one wants to see those streams. You know what I mean? Judicious Echoes did a 200-bit cheer and said, would be great to see us switch it in 1 and 2 playthroughs someday. I agree. Sadly, as you know, Judicious Echoes, you know, my content is varied and there's a lot of variety to it. But at the same time, there's some people who just hate RPGs. And that's a big chunk of my audience, sadly. Like, I'd probably say 50% of my audience just doesn't want to see RPGs. And that kind of stinks. The reason I say that is because I love RPGs so much, and I would love to actually play more of them. But, you know, you got to go with what your audience is going to enjoy and watch. So, even though I would love to right now, oh, man, let's do Suikoden. You know, I can't, I got to balance it. Even if I were to do it, I would have to balance it with stuff that I at least know that other people who don't like those JRPGs would come by and watch, right? I'm not saying it's never going to happen. In fact, I would almost guarantee one day it will. But hopefully, you know, it will someday. All right? Xbox One is garbage. Tipped me $2. It said, during your marathon, could you have a part where you just talk to us like an hour or so? I like hearing your thoughts on everything. Yeah, and it might be a good idea. Like I said, if this marathon happens, which I think it probably is going to at this point, it's pretty much going to be a necessity. What I'll probably do is split it up to be fun stuff I like to do. Just talking with you for an hour. Doing chill gameplay for an hour. Then mixing it up and doing maybe some online multiplayer of a fighting game for an hour. Right? Then maybe doing a big chunk of the stream is something fun that people wanted to see me do. Like play Donkey Kong Country or something like that. It's going to be a fun event. And people are telling me do stuff that's positive, that's going to be fun for me. So maybe if I focus on that, you know, that's the way to go. I don't know. But I'm getting good ideas. I'm getting good feedback. So thanks, everybody. All right, well, Android cheered and said the best thing to do would be to co-op with Kat. However, as I've told you guys many, many times, Kat has no desire to be on my streams. She doesn't want to get harassed. It's that simple. She has enough stress in her life and enough stuff going on. She doesn't need to be harassed by an online audience of a bunch of immature shitheads. Being quite frank with you guys, she takes enough shit not being in my content. Can you imagine how much shit she would get if she actually was on the stream? I don't blame her, and I'm not going to pressure her to do it. And by the way, you guys should be respectful enough and mature enough to understand that if someone doesn't want to be in my stuff, they don't have to be, and I shouldn't be pressuring them to. You should actually stop asking for it at this point. Because as I've said many times before, if and when Kat decides to change her mind and wants to be in it, I'd be more than happy to welcome her in. But it would be incredibly unfair, immoral, and hurtful to her for me to constantly be pressuring her to be in my stuff when she doesn't want to be. So stop asking for it, because it's actually disrespectful. Okay? There you go. Rob Warren tipped me $10 and says, as I said, no, and I said, hey. I said, hey, what's going on? Now, I could just sing that and say, hey, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Now, I used to be able to sing the high notes. I can't even do that anymore. But anyway, thank you, Rob Warren, for the $10 tip. I appreciate that. All right, let me go ahead and do that. update this because Rob is the top tipper of the day. And so we're actually up to $14 in tips. Let's get that going. There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. Continuing on, RL Cool. Subscribe for 27 months. Thank you, RL Cool. That is an incredibly long time to be supportive. Thank you. Milkshake and Fries. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Milkshake and Fries, for the sub. As I said, we will check on sub count in just a moment. See how we're doing. Jad F did a 100-bit cheer. He said, what's your preferred mesh in? Whoa. Let's try this again. What would you... What? Why can't I speak today? Let's try this again. I can't read. Okay. Jad F did a 100-bit cheer and said, what is your preferred method of donation? Community donation of subs is fine for me, but maybe you want direct tips instead. As I told you, Jad F, it does not matter. Right now, however you want to contribute is great. You know, obviously, community sub gifting is great because it helps the community. It helps people feel more positive to come to the streams and have a cool sub and be able to participate with the emotes and everything. They love that. I know they do. And I'm very grateful that the other day you gifted us so many subs. That's very nice of you. You're basically one of the major reasons we hit the sub goal for this month. So thank you for that. Right now, everything is fine. All right. But come March, sadly, because of the processing time of certain contribution methods, it's going to be narrowed down. Come March, it's basically going to be patron pledges, Teespring merch, and tipping. Okay? And then, come April, it's basically just going to be tipping. All right? Like, that's kind of the process we're going through here. For people who really want to help short term. Once, you know, we're past all the short-term hurdles and everything, if we can get past them, then things will change, and I probably won't even care anymore. You know, it won't even matter. But that's how it goes right now. Right now, everything's great. Everything is great. Whatever you want to do, sounds good to me. So go right ahead. Thank you. All right, and Ben Boxer cheered and said, sing the Jesse Smollett song, You're So Beautiful. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. I never heard of the guy. I've never seen Empire. I've never heard of this guy my whole life until this scandal broke on you know, social media or whatever. I didn't know anything about the guy. So, I certainly don't know anything about any music he's involved with or whatever. So, all right, that is it. Thank you guys for your contributions. Let's check sub count now. Let's see how we're doing. Shit. I misclicked. Bindo Heat, no one has any idea what the hell you're talking about, and I strongly recommend you stop spamming the chat saying the same stupid shit over and over. More than likely, it's a dumb meme no one cares about. So please stop. Okay, then. By the way, we're all aware that you are Hindo Beast and that you're ban evading. We're just being nice and, you know, not being jerks to you or whatever. But just saying. Okay. So, we're up to 510 subs. I just updated that. Thank you very much. And the last thing I want to do here is just give shout-outs to the top cheers of the week. And then we're going to start with the stream, okay, everybody? Okay. So, shout-out to the top cheering contributors of this week so far. We start with Timbo Slice, who's in 10th place. Real Talk Play Apex in 9th. Eternal Napalm in 8th place. BWT56 in 7th place. Genetic Gamer in 6th place. That Rich Democrat in 5th place. Milkshake and Fries in 4th. Van Clay's in 3rd. IRS on Your Mind in 2nd. And firmly in 1st place so far this week, Infinite 55. So thank all of you for your contributions. Okay. Are we good to go? All right, guys. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's jump back into Jump Force. As I said, probably going to be ample time for interactions during this stream. We know the game has excessive load time, so... All right, let's do this.